Up, it's hump day. It's the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. We're doing our third stream. Would be stream number 3. We were live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm hoping that the quality of the stream is better today. It looks like it's a little bit like blurry. So I changed the settings on our stream. So either I can do one of two things. The video quality is not the best and it kind of shows up a little blurry, or it's choppy and it cuts off and jumps from video to video. So usually it allows time to catch up to the video. The quality gets a little bit better as we go. And then every once in a while you might notice the screen gets a little blurry. So we're still trying to figure out how to fix that. If you have tips, suggestions, I would love to hear. If you can give me some tips and any ideas to deal with. We stream through OBS and then restream. So restream lets us stream to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. OBS, I could just use OBS to stream to just one platform, and that might be a little bit better. I'm not really sure. And I don't know if it's just our internet. I've tested the internet. It seems like it should be handling a stream okay. So I wouldn't say it's like the best, but it definitely is enough to handle a stream. So, all right, enough of that talk. If you have tips, I would love to hear them, but we're going to talk about 2 main segments today. And again, we're doing these streams almost every day until we open our store. As we get to that point, if you want to support that goal of ours, you can check out our shop, boardgamewitheducation.com. You can also donate to our brick-and-mortar fund that we're just going to set aside and use for when we open our doors or when we get our space and all the things that go with opening the actual brick-and-mortar store. I realized I didn't check the sound, but I want to make sure the sound's working. I did check before. Okay, let's go. It's good. All right, so and then you can just support by sharing, commenting, encouraging. Anything like that is really helpful too. The algorithms on all these platforms really benefit videos that have comments and likes and shares. So if you could do any of that, that's super, super helpful too. And again, we do have a lot of great games, and that's one thing we're going to talk about today. So that helps grow Board Game with Education when you shop with us. So we really appreciate that as well. So that's the first thing we're going to do today is talk about some games we got in the mail. You see 2 big boxes behind me. One kind of a little bit smaller, one bigger one. We're going to talk about some games we got in the mail. I think this will be a fun segment to do. I just watched a video. I don't know if you've seen this video going around social media recently about the guy from Blue's Clues. And he kind of like, he shares, maybe I can share that. It's going to say our Kickstarter corner here, but we'll come back to that. We'll go. So if anyone's curious, you can check this out. Blue's Clues video. You can see it's on YouTube today, so you can check it out. He's kind of like thanking us, the audience, for being there for him, which is it's a little strange, but it's a video of encouragement. Definitely going around social media right now. But I kind of took that idea of what they're doing with that to go over some games that we get. I mean, we're going to call it mail time. That's what they call it. I'm not going to do a dance. We're just going to do some mail and chat about some of the games we're getting. So I'm going to actually move over there. So hopefully you can hear me. It looks like the sound's working. So we got 2 boxes, one big box, one smaller box. The smaller box is from one publisher, so I'm going to start with that one first. This is from Gap Closer Games, and rotate it around here. And it's a game we had in stock, and we just got a restock of it, so I'm really excited to have a few copies of the game now. Rival Restaurants. This game is a blast. It's a lot of fun. You're essentially creating different restaurants against other players, and you're competing to get the best restaurant. What's really cool about it, there's a real-time part of the game. So most of the game you're playing at the same time as other players. You're taking your turn simultaneously, so there's not a lot of downtime, like waiting for other players to take their turn. What's also really cool about it is there is a real-time phase to the game. This is where you all go to the market and you're all bartering and buying items at the market. You can trade with other players at this time. You only have like 3 minutes to do it, though. I think 3 minutes. It's been a while since I've played, so I can't remember the exact time. Really cool. I mean, we have a video on our Instagram about this game too, so you can check out that video if you're curious to learn more about it. Really excited to have that back in stock. We have a link either up top or below, depending on what platform you're watching this on, to pick up the game. We do have an expansion to the game as well, so back for seconds. I have not had a chance to use the expansion, so it just includes, it looks like, more restaurant boards, more chef cards, so really cool addition if you really like this game too. So that is from one publisher. I guess this one's from just one publisher too, but it's a lot of different games, and it is from HABA. HABA is really, really awesome publisher for younger players. I really like a lot of their games for younger players. This is actually a restock for some games, and then also we got some newer games. One thing we realized, we really want to cater to all ages, so that's like as young as 2 years old. I think you could maybe play some like puzzles, do some puzzles with younger kids, but those are really like, I guess, like baby toys more than they are games. So we want to cater to 2 and all the way up to like 100, I guess, 110 maybe, the oldest person. So we noticed we had some, like, a gap in games from like 2. We had a few 2 and 3 year old games. We didn't really have like 4 or 5 year old like toddler games. So this kind of fills that up. We did do a recent restock of HABA, or addition to the HABA line at Board Game with Education, or BGE, and you can check out our site for that. We'll share some of the games that are on our site after we look at these. So I'm going to just throw this down here. We always reuse these, so if you get a game from us, you'll probably get recycled shipping packaging. So with these games, we got a couple different ones that are a little bit more unique as far as tabletop games go, and it's more HABA products, but this is a My Very First Orchard. That is a tabletop game, but they made a kind of a dexterity puzzle or magnet puzzle out of it. So you're trying to get the fruit into the correct trees. So that's definitely for younger players 2 and up. So we got a couple of those. And with this, so it takes us a little bit longer to get games added to our website. So if you are interested in picking up any of these, you can always send us a message. We get them added to our inventory pretty quick, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get added to the site. So you won't find it on our site probably for at least a couple weeks. But again, you can always send us a message and we can get it to you. Go Cuckoo, this is a game we had and we sold out of. If you played the marble game, it's similar to that, where Kerplunk, you're pulling out the sticks and you want to make sure the marbles don't fall down. But this one is the opposite. You're kind of putting the sticks in to plant a nest for the bird. So that's a really cool game. I think this would be like ages 4 and up, maybe. Yep, 4 to 99. So that is one restock of a game we got. Couple other games. Ooh, we restocked Rhino Hero. This is a really fun game, even for adults. It's a lot of fun to build your building. You essentially build your building, and you want to make sure the cards don't fall down. So you can see kind of a picture there of what that looks like. And you have to move. I think you're helping Rhino here build a skyscraper. I thought you were helping them do their chores, but that's not the story. We got a couple of these 3D puzzle games for younger players as well. So this one's 3 and up. They're like block games, and you're trying to build the same image there. We got a couple of those. What else did we get here? Oh, pretty sure this is a newer game, or at least I have not seen it. And this is some more Rhino Hero. Really, really good game. Wobble King. This is a newer game. You got the lion that you're trying to keep on his little throne there. So I've seen it on social media a lot recently. A lot of positive feedback from that game as well. Another one that I've seen on social media, the Cuckoo game, is Valley of the Vikings. Looks like this came out in about 2019. It won the Kinderspiel des Jahres, so I think that's I can't remember, I think it's the best kids game. So they have, in Germany, they have a big board game award, and you have the best family game, best strategy game, best kids game, different awards. I think this must be kids. Kinder is getting from kindergarten. So definitely an excellent game as well. And let's see, what else do we got? Oh, we got a handful of puzzles for younger players, because we have, I don't know if you can see, we have a lot of puzzles. Those will be some things that we have on the site right now. We have a few of them, but definitely a part of our tabletop game store. When we open, we'll carry puzzles as well. This is 18, 15, and 12 piece puzzle, so it gradually gets a little bit harder. So we got 3 different puzzles like that. This one is a 100-piece puzzle, so a little bit more challenging. And I think this one is another 100-piece puzzle. It is. Oh, I think they're all. Okay, so this is the world, and that's Europe. And then let's see. Ooh, this is another popular one on social media recently. Inspector Mouse. It's kind of like a deduction game that can be played cooperatively or solo. So cooperative games are always great for younger players. Got some other thicker puzzles. I can see the quality of the video, man. I need to get this sorted out. I wonder if it's Restream, and I need to change that service. Unicorn Glitter Luck. So this is cloud stacking. You're stacking clouds, and you're trying to get your unicorns on top of the clouds. And we got one more, and this one's kind of a holiday stock up. We're getting ready for the holiday season already. I know. I think in retail, it's crazy how quickly or how early you need to be ready for it. So this is a clouds or a stacking game with animals that are Christmas themed. So that'll be on our site ready for when the holidays come around. So let me know what you think about the games we got. I'd love to hear what you think, which ones you really are interested in. And as always, you can reach out to us. Either message us on social media. We should be able to respond pretty quickly. Or you can send us an email. games@boardgamingwitheducation.com. So those are some ways to get in touch with us. I'm going to try to put these back in here, and we're going to jump back to the computer, and we're going to do our next segment, which is Kick It with Kickstarter. So we're going to look at different games on our Kickstarter calendar, and then we're going to hop over to the website Kickstarter and just check out and browse some games on there. So pretty excited to do that. Look at some of those games. So we're not gonna make it as organized as I had it, but we'll get it in there. All right, so we're down here. We're at Kick It with Kickstarter. We got our Blues Clues thing going up. I'm gonna go back to our main screen real quick. So I just want to check here to see if we have any comments. And check the stream. It's going okay. It looks better this way. Over up there, the quality wasn't the best. So we'll see how it goes when we transition to our Kick It with Kickstarter. So, all right. Let's switch over. So we have our own Kickstarter calendar. This is something Roger puts together. Really awesome of him. He spends a lot of time on this and puts in a lot of effort to find games that are great for learning potential. So this is a Kickstarter calendar for games that you can use, whether it's focusing on different skills or learning something, whether it's content related or at home learning. We're not very narrowed, so we throw in anything. Like, we're casting a wide net when it comes to games like this. Obviously, I'm of the opinion that you will learn from any game you play, but we're not going to throw in like a heavy strategy game on here unless it has some connection maybe to history or another topic. So what's cool about this, you can go down to this and check out, it's a Google Calendar. So what's great about Google Calendars is you can add it to your own calendar. You just click this button, you'll add it to your calendar. On Google Calendar, you also, on the left side, there's a option to uncheck your calendars. So if you add it to your calendar and you just don't want it on there and you want to kind of remove it for a little bit, you can just unclick it and it will go away. I would show you, but I don't know what kind of items I have on my calendar. I think it's okay to share, but I'm not 100% sure. Probably some more personal stuff on there. So, all right. So, with this calendar, you can kind of click into the games, and this is one Mystic Mischief family game found. If you click on more details here, that will open a new window in your calendar. It won't add it to your calendar, but it's just going to click on more details. And then you can click on the project or the link, and it'll take you to the game. So this is on GameFound, which is kind of a Kickstarter competitor, I'd say. They're a newer crowdfunding platform specifically for games. I don't know if it's specifically for tabletop games or any type of game, but this is kind of what their site looks like. I don't know a lot about GameFound yet. I just know kind of the surface level about it, so I don't want to talk too much about GameFound yet. Maybe in the future we'll have a stream to talk about it. But let's go over to Kickstarter. Kickstarter, if you're not familiar with Kickstarter, it is a crowdfunding website. It's huge for tabletop games. I don't remember the specific number, but it's definitely the most funded category on Kickstarter. So, you can, obviously with Kickstarter, there's a lot of different products. I like to go into games. And then I will go explore games. And then I will do sort by newest. And here is just the latest game to the oldest. With Kickstarter, most games are on there for 30 days. When you sort it like this, you can see how many days are left, what percentage is funded, and how much they have funded the game for. So Kickstarter is an international platform, so you have different places in the world and different denominations of money. or not denominations, currencies. So I'll go through here and kind of look. Like, this one definitely looks like it could be a great game for learners. It looks like it's already funded, which is awesome. Lancaster, California, under construction. So one thing that you kind of want to pay attention to if you're new to Kickstarter is looking at how many that person has created. You can look at their older projects. This is if you're like, you're really worried about the game funding and the creator delivering on their promise, because Kickstarter is not a store. It's something where you are putting in money to invest in their project, and then in return you get the game. So it looks like this is a digital game, so that is awesome. It's not a physical game, so the pledge is really low. It's only $3. I know it's kind of hard to see on the video, which really stinks. But yeah, $3 to pledge for the digital one. That looks like it could be a really good one. And you even get, like, these are pins from D&D or from Beast class. Video games, Creature Rush, VR Heroes Beta, Battle Times with a Z. So again, you can kind of just browse through the different games. I don't see any that are calling out to me. That's why it's really important, these thumbnails, if you are a Kickstarter creator. Think about your thumbnails. This is kind of a cool looking one, but it's 0% funded. Let's just check it out. There is one that I have recently discovered and was told about. The publisher reached out to me. The Spill, which looks really cool. It's an interesting take on, there's a lot of climate games out there, and I think that's important because it's a big issue today. It's a big thing that we should be thinking about. And if we can create, whether it's art, like games, I think games are art. So if it's art in that sense, or whether it's raising awareness, whatever it may be to that, I think that's great. But what I really like about this game is it takes a different approach to our current environmental challenges, and that's you're working as a team. So it's a cooperative game, if I remember correctly. I haven't had a chance to actually look at the Kickstarter page. So, reverse tower defense challenge where the relentless oil spills from a 4-way dice tower threatening the sea life. Oh, that does sound pretty cool. So it is a cooperative game. But instead of, like, most climate games out there are like, what can you do to help protect the earth? This is just one specific scenario, and you're working together to help clean up the spill. So it kind of has those higher level questions and thinking, like, what can we do? What can we do to prevent something like this? I'm not an environmental expert, so I'm not sure if what can be done to maybe move away from this type of energy, if that's even possible right now. It's not my expertise, but the game looks really cool. I'm just kind of scrolling through, and they also have Kurt mentioned to me, he's the creator here, publisher of Kurt Smirk and Dagger. He mentioned there's an education link to the game as well, and they created some resources for it. Whoa, that's awesome. This is really cool. This is perfect. So yeah, this is definitely one that we will be looking at for our store for sure. So that's excellent. Let's look at one more. Let's see here. Looks like the video is working a little bit better. We're going back and forth, like really cool video and then not so bad. Really cool, not so bad. All right, so let's see. This one looks cool. I did hear some kind of things that aren't great about it, but I don't want to go into that right now. This is, I know the designer here, Joe Slack, of this game. He's done a couple presentations at conferences that I was at as well. Let's take a look at it. I'll choose one more. Love and Fools, a one-shot romantic comedy adventure module. That seems interesting. I'm going to check out the paints. We're going to look at that because that's something that I want to maybe get into and learn a little bit more about. So, Relics of Rajavahara. I cannot pronounce that. Let's see what type of game this is. So there's an optional game and an expansion. Trying to figure out what kind of game it is. You've discovered an ancient palace filled with treasures, but you're not the first to arrive. Your arch nemesis has beaten you there, bent on power, and with thoughts of world domination, you must stop him before it's too late, and maybe collect some of those treasures along the way. It's a solo campaign style game and replayable solo game. Okay, cool. So it's kind of seems like a solo adventure or a solo adventure puzzle game. I'm not seeing that it is. Oh yeah, it is just one player. I'm not a big one player gamer, so maybe this would resonate with some people out there. I know obviously there's a big community of one player gamers out there, solo gamers. I mean, this project raised almost $20,000, so that's awesome. Just gonna look at the paint. Proud to present their greatest innovation, the Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. 2 thin coats. Each color has been expertly created. The world's most finest paint chemicals or chemists. So that's pretty cool. You can kind of check out some bottle or some models there. I wonder if they do like a retail level. I don't even know much or anything about buying paint, so this is like all new to me. So that's interesting. I might reach out to them just to see a little bit more about their campaign and what they can do to help me learn more. They must be a very popular paint company too. Again, I don't know anything about painting, so I'm learning. If you know, comment, let me know a little bit more. Educate me on that. All right, so that is our mail time and Kick It with Kickstarter. I hope you enjoyed those segments. Please let me know what or if we can improve on anything. If you like that segment, if you want to see it again, if you want to see those things again. And before we go, I do want to share really quickly. I mentioned we have those games that so you can go to our website, Rival Restaurants, right there. You can get a copy of it. We have a couple copies in stock, and then a HABA game. So these aren't all our HABA games. I think I need to look at what's going on here. I think we just need to add tags to some of the games we added earlier to our website. We started adding publisher tags later. So these are 4 HABA games. But if you go to different grade levels, definitely pre-K and K 1 to 2 and 3 to 5. You'll see more HABA games. Again, really excellent publisher for younger players. Like you can see a few more here, I guess. This is what grades? Grades 1 to 2. It's another one, Rhino Hero. Grades 3 to 5. And upon Animal, there's a lot of grades 3 to 5. So we're going to go back to pre-K. So a few more. And then as always, if you saw any of the games that we got back here and you're interested, just send us a message. We'll be happy to get that to you. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. We'll be back, not tomorrow. We'll be back Friday. Thursdays, we are not going to do any streaming. We have a full plate, or I have a full plate on Thursdays, so I fortunately won't be able to do any streaming on Thursdays, but we'll be back almost every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday until we open the store. And we'll see you next time.